the bridge, and they were loading up with as many people. It's got to be dozens of people in the back of the thing. They take them to a nearby Wal-Mart, and then the Wal-Mart is where I guess metro buses or school buses will take them to the shelter. The question is, what shelter are they taking them to? Because I heard Tom say GRB is overcrowded and or not overcrowded, but at the capacity they had planned for. So I think they're, gosh, I certainly have that question. I don't know if we've answered it.
But that's what you mean when you say disorganized organization, because there is at least some kind of system. I mean, earlier we've seen reporters have situations where people come out of water like this, and it's late at night, and they're wet, and with their children and their pets, and they really have nowhere to go. At least they have a system where they're taking them to a Walmart where they can be inside and wait and figure out what comes next.
Sadly, we don't know what happens in those shelters.
I think the people I talked to, all with the exception of one, they all were eager to go wherever the truck would take them.
Sadly.
Interestingly enough, hours ago, as dusk set in, the Coast Guard helicopters and the National Guard helicopters had pulled away. I hear one. There's no way we can see it. It's too far off, but I heard it pass over, a military helicopter. I had talked to a sheriff's deputy earlier. They said they had a quadriplegic who was stuck in his home and obviously needed immediate rescue, but and they were going to try and do that one with a chopper. I don't know if that's what we're hearing, but I know that was something that they were discussing.
Well, Ted, as
it just continues to be these groups of people walking.
Oh, as we watch these pictures, it's just, you know, what this has turned into is a humanitarian crisis here, because clearly when you have a city that's paralyzed and then you have tens and thousands of people needing to be rescued and so many more at the shelters, and we're looking at pictures like this, even on the third day, and already approaching our fourth day, we are dealing with the humanitarian crisis. It's only going to get worse, because where do all these people go? Are there enough shelters? What about food? What about clothing? What about
hopefully they'll open up more churches.
Right.
That's certainly a big resource we have in this community. A lot of churches that hopefully will step up.
Any thoughts on that, Ted?
Well, and I think we'll get to the point. Well, I think Argentina will get to the point where I think we'll realize that we cannot shelter this many people in a city even the size of Houston because of the crisis that we are dealing with. That our resources will be so strapped that we will likely have to accept other people's offer to shelter some of our neediest in other cities. It's something we've seen with virtually every other major storm.
Yeah, Dallas is making a big offer.
Absolutely. But I mean, you'll remember in Katrina,
Houston
opened its doors to host so many who became Houstonians. And so one programming note, as we say, our battery is about to die, so if you lose our picture, nothing bad has happened. It's just we need to change some equipment. But yes, I think that will be the answer for a lot of these people, that eventually we will realize that unless they have friends or relatives who can take them in, we may have to temporarily relocate some of our neighbors.
Well, let's see what happens, because yes, we all do remember Hurricane Katrina. We had 150,000 evacuees in this region, and many of them ended up staying, and we welcome them, of course, but we don't want to lose any Houstonians. This is a city filled with heart. There's no question about that, and people are always opening up their hearts and souls to these folks, wanting them to come on in and feeding them and clothing them.
Alright, people, something that I want you guys to remember is that the Walmart logo, that little sun looking thing, that's actually has to do with the tunneling machine that they have. They have a tunneling machine that has the same exact logo as the Walmart logo, and Walmart backwards is martial law, almost makes out martial law. And so I could expect that these Walmart stores have underground tunneling for them to be able to do all these creepy things they do, like human trafficking, children sacrifice, and things we can't even imagine, we can't even grasp with our mind, like the things these people do. And it's all basically the teaching of the fallen angels, like all this technology, all this stuff that they show off and stuff is just basically presents that they sold us out. They sold us out, and they get all these presents, and they get to basically treat us like this, and it's not even cool. And yeah, I just recommend everybody to read the book of Enoch, so you guys could know what to expect in the future. And the way I see it is you gotta look everywhere, not just the Bible. The Bible has truth in it too, but it also has a lot of confusion and a lot of division inside of it. And that's why I think you could find it in any library you want to go to, or every bookstore. They'll have like 100 Bibles, and if it was really important, like I know for a fact they wouldn't have it. They wouldn't have it like they don't have all these books. Like when you go to bookstores, they don't have all these books, but they have the Bible. That's what I'm trying to say. Like they have so many Bibles, but they don't have like 66 laws of Illuminati. They don't have the Nag Hammadi scriptures. They don't have the other Bible, like all that stuff. Like you have to order it or something. Like you gotta find other ways to find it. And a lot of people died to keep those scriptures alive, because basically the Vatican, the popes, they used to kill all these people that thought differently than they would. And that's why I don't know, if you look at my story, I don't like to brag about it because people are gonna think that I'm making it up, but like I've really suffered a lot, and thanks to all this suffering, like I'm able to see things. I'm able to see right through religion. I'm able to see like all these basically truth in plain sight everywhere. And that's at the level we all need to be. And that's the reason that I made my channel. More than my uploads, I recommend my playlists. I made those playlists after years of research. And I don't know what more to say. Just, stay vigilant, stay righteous. Not self-righteous, but stay righteous. And do what makes you happy, what you honor. And don't sell out like these celebrities. These celebrities are probably going to live it up for, a couple of years, but time is going to go fast, and they're going to be regretting it. Almost like when you eat like a bunch of tacos. You're loving it, but once you're done eating the tacos, you're like, man, I should have just ate like 2 or something like that, And that's the way they're going to feel, And yeah, I don't like to preach a lot. I just like to tell the truth. Factual evidence, like Missing 411. Like if you don't believe this stuff is going on, like just look at Missing 411 by David Paulides. He's an ex-officer who stumbled into basically clusters of missing people in Yosemite Park and all these places. And I discovered like a lot of things, like stories from Mexico about basically devils living under rocks, and Missing 411 people go missing in boulder fields around rocks, just like that story from Michoacan, Mexico, where my family's from, Uruapan. And yeah, I've just been making a lot of connections, and like I just can't keep all this knowledge to myself. So that's the reason that I made this little channel, to share what I've learned, and I've actually learned a lot from a lot of people in here too. So I just want to thank everybody, everybody that commented, all the people that I had little debates with. A lot of people that had a little arguments, but at the end we became good friends. So yeah, I just want to see how God could make good out of evil, and that's what it's about, All the evil in your life, you gotta find a way to make it good. And that's how I want to finalize this video. Peace, people. Excuse me for the ghetto way of making videos, but it's better this way than making no videos. That's the way I see it. Alright, brothers, sisters, have a good one. Peace.